Why starting feels easier than continuing. The core idea is that starting is socially rewarded. When we start something new, we generally tell our friends and our family, like, hey, I'm working towards this. For example, I was working towards like an A plus certification. I never ended up getting it, but I probably started it like 3 or 4 times. And every time I would be socially rewarded. But I never ended up getting it. The reason why is that continuing is silent. And that silence breaks most people. What that means is that that's done in secret. That's done in private. The continuing, the studying for the certification. It's personal. It's solely personal. Starting is not, but continuing is. And doing it in silence, doing it alone, it breaks most people. And it broke me. I couldn't handle it. Starting feels exciting because it's new. That novelty creates temporary motivation. For example, making these videos, I only made 3 in the course of like 3 days, but like I felt excited to do it. That novelty gave me that temporary boost, but basically I had a whole lot of shit happen in my life and then I just kind of forgot about it. But I guess I'm trying to do the hard work now and get back into it. Early effort gets encouragement from other people, and that encouragement helps boost you alongside with the novelty. Continuing doesn't really get a reaction. It's sort of expected. And another sort of insidious part about that is that there's this social pressure in a negative way, one that instills shame. Like, if you don't continue, then you're seen as less than, even if it's not explicitly said. So like, if I said that I was going to get the A plus certification or study for it, there's sort of that implication that I'm going to get it. And if I quit, it's like a personal shortcoming. Like, it's like a personal failure of myself. Silence feels like failure. For example, making these videos, no views, no comments, no likes, but I mean, that's fine. Right now, it doesn't bother me, but at other times, it feels like failure. Like, what's the point of making these videos if nobody's going to see it? That silence is demotivating. But sometimes we're able to like internally motivate ourselves to do it despite that sort of lack of extrinsic motivation. Boredom is mistaken for being on the wrong path. So this is also something that I struggle with personally. Like, if I'm really bored, in my head I'm like, maybe this is just not the right thing for me. Maybe because I'm bored, it indicates that I chose the wrong thing. Actually, this happened a lot with the A plus certification. It was like the most boring thing ever. Like, I could not motivate myself to finish it because I was just so bored. But like, that's wrong. I don't know how to explain it, but that thought process is a result of going in with the wrong mindset, not anticipating boredom and preparing for it. Because when I first started the A plus, that novelty factor was strong. Like, it was kind of interesting. Like, that novelty pushed me to do it. Probably and go pretty hard at it for like a couple days, maybe a week. But then it goes away. The lack of extrinsic motivation from my family goes away, and I'm left with the boredom and the silence. But that doesn't mean I took the wrong path. I mean, I would have benefited by getting the A plus. Like, it would just been good for my resume. Like, there would have been no reason not to get it. Consistency begins when novelty dies. So for me, that silence killed me, and the lack of novelty killed me. But if I could have established consistency then, that would have been exactly the time to do it. And I'm looking to improve myself to be able to be consistent when novelty dies, like in other ventures as well. For example, like with this YouTube, I think the novelty kind of died already. I'm not sure, it's hard to tell, but I would like to be consistent and continue anyways, because it's a private and personal decision, and I would like to be the kind of person who makes those decisions and sticks with them. Most people quit after starting, not before. yeah, usually you quit. I mean, after you've already made the decision to start, and it feels really shitty because like you told yourself that you would do it, and there's sort of this extrinsic motivation and societal pressure. But yeah, most people quit after starting. Starting gets praise, continuing gets silence. Yeah, just like I was saying before, when you start something, you get a lot of extrinsic push, you get a lot of positive reinforcement, but that probably only lasts like for a few weeks, maybe. The hard part is really the intrinsic motivation that is required to continue despite the boredom. It's continuing is not heroic or dramatic. It's repetitive and unacknowledged, and that's why it works. Yeah, I want to become the kind of person that can continue despite not enjoying things. I kind of am like that. I'm able to do it sometimes, but usually I end up quitting. This YouTube channel is kind of a way to, like, I don't know, circumvent that. Work towards it, maybe. Just try to level up in that skill of discipline and consistency when you don't want to do something. And the videos are kind of an easy way to do it because it's not that much effort. Like, no editing, no scripting. I'm just sitting down with bullet points from ChatGPT and just spitballing. And I think it's a good way. It's a good way to learn consistency, to learn discipline, and in the process, see if this is something that I like and kind of work towards that idea that boredom is mistaken for the wrong path. I want to work on fixing that thought in my brain. Like, even if I'm bored making these videos, like, that doesn't mean it's wrong. I still want to do it. I still chose the right option. I'm just encountering that natural resistance once early euphoria dies down. And yeah, I think we all can get better at that, and we all need to find ways in our own lives in which we can practice consistency and follow through in areas that we don't like. I think for many of us this would be like school, like gym, maybe even work. I don't know. I think a lot of people do it already, going to work every day when they don't want to. That's like probably the most common, but for some reason it doesn't satisfy me because that extrinsic pressure of having to work is so massive that internal discipline doesn't really matter that much. We need things that are not as pressured, like making these videos. Like, there's no pressure to do it. Like, it's not going to feed me. I'm doing it because of a personal decision that I made. I think that's the best way to practice this, is to choose something personal, like something that matters to you and something that you want to follow through, and then practice being consistent even when it sucks, like even when it's boring as shit. But yeah, that's it.